Okay, the first point that we are going to cover is what do you mean by reflection of light? Anyone would like to answer this? Okay, now this is a reflecting surface like a mirror. Okay, and if a ray of light is approaching the mirror, what will happen? This ray of light on hitting the mirror will go back in the same medium. So this is the medium that I'm talking about. It will suffer reflection over here and it will go back in the same medium. So the return of light into the same medium after striking a surface is called as reflection of light. Okay, so in a mirror, you know what is a mirror like? So this is made up of glass, and this side of the glass is silver. So when a ray of light hits the glass, actually it suffers like refraction, then it goes and comes out like this. But we are just going to draw this. So this is called as reflection of light. Okay. Now there are two types of reflection. One is called as regular reflection, and the second one is called as irregular reflection. So what is the difference between the two? We will see this. So I'll just show you a diagram, and based on the diagram, we will understand the meaning of the two. Okay. So what we have over here is, you can see that incident ray, which are parallel to each other, are incident on a plane mirror, and they are incident on a rough surface. So the rays which are incident on a plane mirror after reflection goes again parallel. So these are reflected rays. Okay. But if you see that the one on the rough surface, they are not going parallel to each other. Okay. So the reason why is because, yes.
So, only the incident rays only reflect on a plane mirror or any plane surface?
Anything, yeah. So like this part over here, which is a regular reflection, they are reflected on a smoother surface, something which is very polished like glass, mirror. So they are reflected off that. And here they are reflected off a rough surface like a wall. Okay, is an example of a rough surface. Now what is happening is at any surface, wherever you are finding the incident ray, okay, if you draw a perpendicular over there, so this is called as angle of incidence. Okay, remember one thing. So this is a ray which is coming. This is called as incident ray. This is a surface. So this point where it hits, it is called as the point of incidence. At that point, we draw a perpendicular to the surface. We draw perpendicular to this surface. This is called as a normal. Okay. And the angle that the incident ray makes with the normal is called as angle of incidence. Now, if you were to draw a normal over here, so every ray is making the same angle of incidence. But over here, if you see the surface is like this, so the normal will be like this. So this is the angle of incidence. Over here, the normal will be this way. So this is the angle of incidence. So on a rough surface, the angle of incidence for each ray is not same. It's different. And of course, we know the law of reflection. So the law of reflection says that the incident ray, the normal, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane, and the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So here also in every case, I is equal to R. And so over here also, I is equal to R. Okay, but of course over here, the value of I is different. So that's why you can have one ray going like this. So this is 1, 1, this is 2, 2, and this is 3 and 3. Okay, so this is called as an irregular reflection or a diffuse reflection. Yeah.
So in a
Any question?
regular reflection, so the angle of incidence is always equal.
In a regular reflection, these are all parallel rays, 1, 2, and 3, and they are hitting the same surface. So therefore, each one, like I1, I2, I3 will be equal.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
And so what do you mean by the normal, the incident ray and reflection ray meet on the same plane?
Yeah. Now in geometry, when you talk about a plane, you talk about a flat surface. So that is called as a plane. Okay. Now there is a property that two lines will always lie on one plane. Like you take any two lines, you can take a flat surface where both the lines will lie. Three lines, just a minute, three lines may or may not lie on a flat surface. So if the three lines do lie on a flat surface, that's what we are talking about in a single plane. Yes.
So even in diffuse, so it's on one plane only, so all the rays.
Not all. I'm talking about one ray. Like suppose you're talking about one, the normal for that, and the reflect. Yeah. So they will be in one plane. Of course, it is given that 1, 2, 3 are parallel to each other. So 1, 2, 3 will be in the same plane, but their reflected ray may not be in the same plane as they are.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
So they're reflected. It's not necessary that their reflected ray will be on the same plane, because over there you told that the normal and the incident ray and the reflected ray have to be on the same plane.
So for a given pair, like for example, for this, and the normal associated with them will be in the same plane.
So now the diffuse reflection set has a very shaky surface. So will that be called as a plane?
Like for example, means you're talking about this surface, will that be called as a plane? No, it is not a plane.
So then this won't be called a law of the ray, na? So
no, it is obeying the law. The law of reflection is obeyed at every surface. So suppose this is 5 degree, this will also be 5 degree.
So it has to be any surface, not necessarily a plane.
Law of reflection is obeyed even if it is a plane mirror, spherical mirror, whether it is a rough surface, it will be obeyed every time.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Now moving ahead, students.
Could you give an example of a rough surface?
I just said like a wall is an example of a rough surface. Okay, a book is an example of a rough surface. A human body is an example of rough surface.
So, but for book and wall, when you see them and when you feel them, they seem pretty smooth.
Okay, good question. I'm talking about a microscopic level for the ray of light. So they are not. They are not smooth. Yeah.
So, but then in reality, no surface is fully smooth.
Yeah.
At microscopic level.
Exactly. But for our convenience, something like a mirror is good enough to give us a regular reflection.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is a mirror. If a ray of light is incident straight, perpendicular, we know that it is going to bounce back. Okay. So in this case, what is the angle of incidence?
So 0.
Yeah, very good. It is 0 degree, and angle of reflection is also 0 degree.
0.
Yeah. Okay. Also, just a simple question. This is an incident ray. This point is A. The point of incidence is B. And this is a reflected ray. Okay. Now, angle ABC is 72 degrees. Can you find the angle of incidence?
So 18 degrees.
Okay, let's check. Now we know, according to the law of reflection, I is equal to R. So over here, I plus R is equal to 72 degree, and I plus I is 72, because we know that I is equal to R. So
Sorry, it's not
I is
Kelvin
72. Yeah, so I will be
36.
36 degree. Yeah. Okay, so this is the answer. Fine. Now, moving ahead, we are talking about reflection, and we have taken examples of a mirror. So it is said that the image formed by a mirror is a virtual image. Virtual image. Now, if one image is virtual, if it is not virtual, what is it called?
Real.
A real image.
Imaginary. Oh, sorry, real.
Yeah. Real. If it is not real, then it is virtual. If it is right. So now,
By virtual image.
virtual means which is not real, which is imaginary. Okay. So something that does not exist but appears to be there. That's why it is called as virtual. Like
So
we have a,
what is an example.
yeah, a virtual classroom. The classroom doesn't exist, but it is there. So that is called as virtual. And again, the example of an image is whenever you see yourself in a mirror, the image that you see is a virtual image. Okay. So just to give you a very small diagram, we will be drawing diagrams. The rays which are coming like this, and when you are looking from this side, you see the reflected rays. But for you, the rays appear to be coming from here. So suppose this is an object and this is the image of that object. The image appears to be there. Okay, you know this is a mirror. There is nothing behind it. So that's why this is called as a virtual image.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's not a real object or anything.
Means the rays are not actually meeting. So that's a virtual image. And a real image is where the rays actually meet. So that is a real image. Okay. So virtual image is formed by the rays which appear to meet. Real image are formed by rays which actually meet. Then a real image is obtained on a screen. Okay, something what you have studied in your lower classes also. If there is a lens and the rays are coming like this, and there is a screen, the rays will meet on the screen and create an image. Okay, in the later half of this chapter, there is spherical mirrors where again rays are coming like this and the rays will meet. So if you want to see, you need to place a screen over there. So that's a real image. Real image is generally formed inverted, upside down. Okay, whereas a virtual image is upright. Yes.
So then a projector screen is also a virtual image.
A projector screen forms
No,
a
so
real
like a projector.
a
Forms a real
projector
image.
forms a real image on the screen because the rays of light pass through the lens and it creates an image on the screen of the project. Okay, so this is something that you need to know.
So
Difference
is it
between
a
a real
must
image.
that-
Yeah.
But is it a must that the virtual image always has to be erect and not
Yeah.
inverted?
Yeah, with respect to the object. So if the object is this way, the virtual image will also be this way.
And
Okay,
so
it
the
will be
same for
either,
real image. So the
yes.
real image always has to be inverted.
Yeah, so with respect to the object, the real image will be upside down like this.
So as Devanshi said, so the projector screen, so we see it upright only. So then will it be virtual image?
No, because the image is which is passed through the lens is upside down. So the
Oh.
lens inverts it again. Okay,
Okay, sir.
fine. Now some diagrams to be drawn. Okay, you can draw it now or you can draw it later. So image of a point object. So we are going to learn to draw, if the object is a point object, how to draw the image for that. So here I'll take a help of the grid. So this is a mirror. We always show the shaded part of the mirror like this. So this is M1, this is M2, and this is my object A. For reference, we need at least 2 rays. Okay, you can draw more, but I'm taking minimum 2 rays we need. And wherever the rays are incident, we have to draw a normal. Okay, now the point is that the ray will get reflected. How do you know where it is getting reflected, like how much to bend? Of course, we know that the angle needs to be equal, but we don't want to do the measurement over there. But what we can do is, if this object is 2 blocks above the mirror, we know that the image will be formed 2 blocks below the mirror. Do you agree with that? Okay, so the rays of light which are coming from the mirror should be such that when you bring them back, they should meet at this point A dash. So if I bring it back, it should meet at that point. So this also, when you bring
Is
it
this
back,
a virtual image or inverted image?
it is a virtual upright image. Okay. Now over here, the rays that you are bringing back are virtual rays. They appear to be coming from there. So that's why they have to be shown dotted.
Sir, we think that so practically they are not reaching each other now.
No,
So
it appears, yeah, it appears to be meeting. Yes.
If it's not actually meeting, then how does it form the image if it's not meeting?
Yeah. So this is when these rays of light enter our eye, there is an image created in our eye. Okay, because the rays appears to meet. So the image is actually created in the retina of your eye.
So, where do we have to take point A?
Anywhere. So
To the lower point.
like in, yeah, lower point A dash has to be exactly below this. So, you know, I'm drawing a reference ray like this. It should be exactly below.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and that's the
Sir,
root
then is
line.
it?
So
Yeah.
if the image is so if it's created by the retina of our eye, so then how do everyone see the same thing in the mirror? So everyone's retinas are different.
Just a minute. Distance of the
So to
object
draw
from the
the eye
mirror is
every
equal
time.
to the distance of the image from the mirror. Yeah, what are you saying?
So to draw every time where the image will be seen, like with the help of the eye.
No, the eye is not needed. You can draw an eye, or you can just write eye. Okay. And Ashi, what happens is an image is created in the eye. Now there is an object, like for example, there is a candle lit in a room, and there are people all around the candle. So the light rays from the candle are going in all direction. So they are entering in each and every person's eye, and it is creating a image. Do you understand that?
Okay, so and if anyone's retina is weak, then the image will be blur for that person.
Now, of course, it depends on every person, and you know, there are so many variations. Like for example, people can be colorblind and all that. And of course, yes, as you said, people can be wearing specs. So if they are not wearing a specs, they may not get a clear image. So that will be the limitations of a human eye. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now what we are going to do is, yeah,
So like you said that the object is so the emergent upright. So can you just give those properties so we can write them down?
I will be doing that. Okay, first we will draw another diagram.
So for each diagram, the properties are different.
No. This is plane mirror. So the image formed by the plane mirror, the properties are same.
So point object means a dot basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now here, this is an extended object. So extended object is nothing but a lot of points taken together. Okay, so we are going to see how to draw the diagram of an extended object like this. So what we will do is, again, we will consider for our convenience 2 points, that is point A and point B. And I will be drawing rays starting from A. So let's say I took these 2 rays. And again, I draw the normal. Okay, and this is a point over here, A dash. And I know that the rays will go like this. So this is the point, again the same thing. We have drawn the image of a point object. So I've drawn this part dotted. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the same thing for another point object, and that would be B. So let me take 2 rays. I will change the color just to make it look different. Nothing else. So this is a normal. This is a normal. So this is again, don't forget arrows. And students, what happens is B is 3 block up. So it has to be 3 blocks down. So from here,
So in our books,
yeah.
they are lined books.
Yes.
So
So you can use the horizontal line, and to consider it the vertical, you can use your scale.
okay.
So you can, one horizontal line can be assumed as a mirror. And then you can draw this arrow AB such that A starts on one line and B is on 2-3 lines above. So you can take that reference. Okay, and now what I will do, I will join this two. So that is how the image will be created. And of course, this is a virtual image. So it is dotted. And when you are asking about upside down, so this is also, you can see that B is pointing up, but B dash is pointing down.
So, when we draw the dotted lines, we don't need to draw the arrows.
Never draw arrow on a dotted line. You will lose
So
marks.
then, over here, so we've drawn an arrow. So where you've drawn a dotted
That is an
line.
object. Huh? That is not an arrow to show the
Not
path of light.
down.
I
So
have
it-
drawn
A
where
dash.
like I have not drawn arrow on a dotted line. Which arrow are you talking about?
So the arrow where the image is formed, so you've connected A dash to B dash.
This is
Yes.
not an arrow. This is the object. Okay, that is different. That's what I'm talking about. Here, the arrow which is drawn on the line like this shows the path of light.
Okay, so. And so what is this diagram for? I didn't understand.
This is a diagram to draw image of an object. Now our object was an arrow like this. Okay.
So, sir, it has 4 lights coming down.
It has 2 lines coming from each point. 2 lines from A, 2 lines from B.
So can there even be more? Minimum there will be 2 now. And
Yes.
then there will be more.
Yeah, to get an image of an object, you need at least 2 lines.
So can you enlarge the screen? So I was left with a little bit in the previous diagram.
I didn't understand what you said.
So you've minimized it now, right now.
What are you saying?
So she's
So
asking
the
you
screen,
to
so
zoom
you've
out.
zoomed it in now. So you've zoomed it into the diagram.
Yeah. You want me to zoom out?
Yes, so can you please zoom out?
Okay. Fine. Student, the next point that we are going to do is,
I have a question.
yeah,
So can I just say that where the object is placed and where the image is seen in the second diagram?
sorry, I didn't understand your question. What are you asking?
So like, sir, in the second diagram, so where is the object exactly, on point A or B?
A,
Or
B, the whole thing is an object.
the whole thing is the object.
Yeah.
And then from A dash to B dash is the whole image.
Image, yes.
Okay.
So,
So when we see a mirror, so supposing we're 2 meters away from the mirror, so then
Yes.
our image, but so we are supposed to see our image 4 meters away now. So 2
no,
meters
the
from
distance between you and the mirror image is 4.
So but then we see it on the mirror, so that's just 2 meters.
That's a virtual thing, right? But it does appear inside, no?
So the real image is 4
Yeah.
meters away and the virtual image is 2 meters away.
No. The image is virtual. It appears 2 meters inside. So if you are 2 meters from the mirror, your image is 2 meters inside. It appears 2 meters inside.
Okay, so it is actually 4 meters away, but we see it 2 meters away.
It appears to be 4 meters away. The distance between you and your image is 4 meters. If you are standing 4 meters from the mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, sir. So if we are standing 2 meters away from the mirror, then it will be 4 meters now.
The distance between you and the image is 4 meters. Distance between you and the mirror is 2 meters. Then distance between you and your image is 4 meters.
So, but the image is formed on the mirror only now.
Image is formed behind the mirror. Appears to form behind the mirror. The image will be formed on the mirror. If you are here, then the image will also be here.
So where are we? So
if you are here, right, stick your nose on the mirror, the image will also be there. Okay, so Ashi, if you are 2 meters from the mirror, your virtual image, there is nothing real about it. The virtual image will also appear to be 2 meters inside the mirror.
So like when you touch the mirror, it feels like the mirror image is touching you.
Yeah,
So it's the same
so that's
thing.
what I said, na, here. Okay.
So where will the eye be?
Yes.
So where will the eye be in the, like where will we look in the second image? Second diagram?
The eye will be here. You don't need to draw because each rays are focusing here. You can draw it somewhere here. Because see, we have drawn only 2 rays. From one object, there are many rays which are coming. Okay, so all are getting reflected.
Okay. So we don't need to draw the eye, right?
No, not necessary.
So over here, so the 2 meters, so we will take the distance from point A or point B.
You are talking about distance between what? Because that needs to be specified.
So distance between the object and the mirror.
Yeah, object and the mirror is, this is the object and this is the mirror. So this distance.
So but the object is AB now, so line AB.
No, you're talking about AB.
Yes, sir.
Then you can't. It doesn't have like one distance because it's an extended object. So you need to specify which point you are talking about.
Okay, sir. So,
Yeah.
and if normal, then it appears to be 4 meters away, but we see it 2 meters away.
You don't see it. It also appears to you as 4 meters.
Yes, sir. So our
Yeah.
retina.
Yeah. It appears to be at 4 meters. So this object, this image will appear to you 4 meters away.
All the objects which we see all around us are extended objects, right?
Yeah. Like if you see yourself in a mirror, it's an extended object.
Okay, sir.
So can you please show the segment diagram for 2 minutes?
Okay, just a minute. Now we'll first cover this part. Now, lateral inversion is like when you stand in front of the mirror and you extend your right hand. Like here, you can see that this is a right hand. But what about the image inside? That is a left hand. So this interchange of left and right side in the image of an object in a plane mirror is called lateral inversion. Okay, so see for example in cricket, if you watch the television in a mirror, like a television is there in the room, but you're not looking directly in the television, but you're looking in the mirror. So a person who is batting right-handed will appear batting left-handed because there's an interchange of left and right. Even normally, like say for example, there is a mirror like this, and there's a letter P. The letter will appear like this. Okay, there is letter E will appear like this. Okay, any day-to-day life experience consequence of that you can share.
So like even there are these letters which are typed opposite and then you put them against the mirror and read the right.
Yeah. So something like this on an ambulance or a school bus on the front, they paint the letters like this, so that when the same ambulance is seen through a rear view mirror of a car or a vehicle, they are appeared proper, so the driver can read and understand like this is an ambulance. Okay, so they are purposely printed this way, like they are laterally inverted, because basically if there is an image which is laterally inverted once and then you see in another mirror, it will get laterally inverted one more time and it will be proper. Okay, right. Do you have any questions?
So if it is not laterally inverted and it's actually straight, then would it be laterally inverted in the mirror that we can see in the car, the next car?
Yeah, means say for example, if the letters were typed this way on the ambulance,
Yes.
and then when you're looking in a rear view mirror, you see this thing. So,
Oh, okay.
which is not, you won't be able to read properly while you're driving. Of course, you'll not understand. So there purposely it is printed this way. Okay.
Yes.
So, but nowadays, do they still print it like that?
Yeah. If you see an ambulance parked anytime, you can see that, or a school bus also. Please don't go in front of a moving one. Okay. Something that is parked, and you can see that. Of course, like they have that siren noise that alerts everyone to give way so that ambulance can pass ahead. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they even have like an inbuilt microphone where they can speak out loud and the people around the traffic.
Right. Right. Yeah. So they do it. Yes. Fine. Now moving ahead, Ashi, you want to see the above diagram again?
So I'll just take a screenshot. So you can just show it one thing.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine.
Fine. Now, moving ahead, this is what you are asking for the characteristics of the image formed. So when an image is formed by a plane mirror, these are the following characteristics. It is always upright and erect. So here also you can see that this person standing in front of a mirror, plane mirror, the image formed is upright. It is of the same size. Okay, remember this is a plane mirror, so there is no distortion. It is of the same size. It is virtual, okay, because the rays of light are hitting and coming back, so they are not going inside. It's virtual. The distance of the image from the mirror is equal to the distance of the object from the mirror. So in short, we can always say that image distance is equal to object distance. It is laterally inverted. So these are 5 characteristics, okay, that you all need to remember of a image that is formed by a plane mirror.
So what do you mean by laterally inverted?
This is lateral inversion, what we just studied.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right. Now this is another point. I will explain that to you now. So if you are running or moving towards a mirror at a certain speed, then it will appear that your image is moving towards you twice the speed. Okay, so this is what I will try and explain again. So before that, there are certain things which again I would like you to remember. So let us see that, you are here. So this is an object. So you know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the image is over here. Okay. So Ashi, please understand that the image appears to be at a distance double the distance of the object. Okay, the image is not on the mirror. The image is inside the mirror. And again, I'm repeating, appears to be there.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So
So
an exam also if it appears to be.
the image for a plane mirror will always be virtual. It appears to be over there. Okay, so if they tell you that this distance is 9 meters, so this also is 9 meters. So the distance between object and image is 18 meters. Do you follow that?
Yes, sir.
So that I know. So I'm asking. So do you
Yeah.
have to write the image appears to be 18 meters or
You
it
need
is
to
18?
write the word appear. I'm just stressing on that word because of, you had this thing like it is on the mirror. The image is on the mirror. So that's not the thing. Okay, image is behind the mirror. And whenever I'm saying it is behind the mirror, it appears to be behind the mirror.
So because
Okay.
it physically can't actually be behind the mirror.
Not because the mirror is on the wall. There's
Yeah.
nothing behind the mirror. Yeah.
So this is just a property of plane surfaces.
It's a property of a plane mirror. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now over here, what we have is object and image are separated by 18 meters. So if the object moves over here, that means it has moved a distance of 2 meters. So what is this now?
So it will become 14 meters.
Will it be 14, everyone?
So it's reduced. Now, so
Everyone agrees with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because now the object distance is 7 meters and the image will be formed over here, which is also 7 meters. So the distance between the image and object is 14 meters. So this is what I'm trying to tell you over here. So if the object moves, like you move 2 meters away, you will feel that your image is moving towards you at twice the speed. Are you getting it? Okay, so if the object is moving at a speed of x meters towards the image will appear to move at a speed of 2x towards the object. Do you understand that?
Sir, I didn't get it.
What have you not
So,
understood?
so I understood that there is a property like this, but when we move towards the mirror, it doesn't seem like it's moving at twice the speed.
You can try this and think about it, okay? And that's the reason why when you are, it's like a motion, okay? And when there is a relative difference, then it is noticeable.
That you have to go very far away from the mirror and try.
Yeah, but don't run into the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, so this property can be asked as a question, as a numeric.
But this won't be true when a person is walking in front of a mirror.
It will be, but then again, the time interval is less.
It won't be fairly visible.
But you can see that even if you're lifting something and placing it over there, still the distance reduces by double what you have moved. Okay. So,
what do you mean by so x meters?
so x is a value. Like here, I took 2 meters per second. So this will be 4 meters per second. That. So x is a value.
So, but over here, so in the image, sir, if it reduces by 2 meters,
Yeah.
so then the image also is formed 2 meters ahead now. So the total calculation will be 4.
Yeah. So see what is written over there. The image will appear to the object moving at a distance of 2x meter per second. So if this is you, you know you have just just taken one step ahead. But the image, it appears as if it has taken 2 steps towards you.
Okay, so because one is when we move ahead and one is when the image comes in.
Yeah. Right.
And sir, the camera of phones, so that will have virtual image or real image?
Camera is clicking a picture and whatever you see on the screen, it is all virtual.
So, but why is it virtual? So,
It's like a picture, right? Photograph. And the image of that is created in your eye. So there is no image and object in that. Like say, for example, a screen is projecting something. So that is just projecting a light. It's not like there is some object and that object's image you are seeing over here. Are you understanding?
The object is forming inside our eyes. The screen is just projecting light.
The screen is projecting light like a projector. So there is no object somewhere.
Light at once now. So when later when we see it again, so we see the same thing. So that time again the screen is projecting.
A screen right now, you see my screen. So that is continuously projecting the same image. Okay, that is try and understand. Like a bulb is lit in your room. The bulb is throwing light continuously. The bulb is not throwing light once and then stopping. So that is like a like a beep, like a flash of light kind of. So a phone camera, like a phone screen, every time it is on, like a static picture is there, it is continuously throwing that picture. It's not just throwing once and just stopping that time. Okay.
So it clicks the rays of light and later when we see it, the rays reflect again on our eyes.
No, like say for example, you have clicked a picture of yourself and that screen is on. So the screen is throwing that light continuously. If it doesn't throw the light, the screen will be off. Do you understand that?
No, so I'm not asking that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so once, so you're saying right now we'll flick it. So then we can see that the ray is continuously being thrown, so we can see the image again. So, but after some days when we see it, so that time we say same ray is not there now, but yet we can see the same image.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. In a phone, whatever is there is throwing its light. It's not an image of some object. Are you understanding? Inside the phone, there is something called as a memory, which is storing that information, and it is throwing that information. Are you following that?
Yes, so now.
Yeah.
So what would be the example of a real image?
A real image is where it is formed by a spherical mirror, a lens. Like you've seen a reading glass. So whenever there is a lens like this and rays are coming, burning of paper they do like this. The sunlight is concentrated. So that's a real image over here. That's a real
So
image.
while doing operations or anything, so the glasses or something which the doctors wear or in labs, the scientists wear, so those are real images.
Glasses, as in?
So while doing any operation or so while doing anything, so the so in the laboratory, so the scientists wear some glasses now, so.
No. Can you just look for a picture of that and share it with me? Okay. See, I'm trying to frame a question, student. An object is at a distance of 4 meters from a wall, and on the wall there is a mirror. Behind the object is there is another wall.
So I found the picture. Can I show it to you?
Share it on WhatsApp.
Oh, yes.
Okay, students, I'm giving you a minute for solving this.
So can you just draw?
The objective away.
Yeah. Okay. So such questions are expected in the exam.
So can
and-
I
Yeah.
understand? So before you draw it.
What?
So could I draw and show what I think?
Yeah, I'm doing
should be
it.
set up?
Okay. Now, so here what is happening? This is the object. So this object is 4 meters from a wall, and on the wall there is a mirror. 2 meters behind the object there is another wall, and Rima is standing over here. Now, if this is the object, the image of the object will be 4 meters inside. And the question is asking you, what is this distance? So this distance is 10 meters. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Now, I will show you something interesting. We'll try and finish at least one diagram today with respect to that. Okay. This is a candle, and there are 2 mirrors. You can see
We
that.
were shown this video in school.
Yeah. So how many images do you see over here?
So 4.
So
Four.
3 images. So it,
3 images. Okay. Here, this is the first image. This is the second image. This is the third image.
Yeah.
This is the actual candle. Okay. This is the object. Okay. So here you can see the object, and these are the images. Now, what happens is, if you see, there is a circle that passes through them, and the center of the circle is where the mirrors intersect, and this is the radius of the circle. Okay, so remember that whenever two mirrors intersect each other, the point where they intersect will be the center of the circle, and the point where you have placed the image, place the object, will be the radius. So all the images will be formed on this circle. Do you follow that?
so can the radius even be the distance of the the image formed and the center of the?
Yeah, so of course, all the images are on this circle, so the radius will be same, no? Everywhere. Okay,
So how are 3 images formed?
exactly, because there are two mirrors, okay,
Yeah.
and they are at 90 degree, and you can see that there are 3 images formed. Now, in the same manner, say for example, again, I can take two mirrors. Okay, but what I will do is I will take something like this. Just a minute, I will show you. One second.
So I have a class at 7 today.
Yeah, just a minute.
I have a question which is a little off topic. So can I ask after the explanation?
Okay, now see this. So here, this angle is 30 degree, and you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 images are formed.
Yeah.
So between 1 and 2, so there are 2 more things which you can see. So 2 more
Yeah.
divisions, but the ring is not same. So
Yeah.
would you
So
not
it
know?
depends how you look from. Now, if you look from the other side, you will not see the other images. But you can
So
see
it's
that the circle
that-
is drawn. Just a minute. You can see that the circle is drawn. All the images are on the circle. So now, in the first one, if you divide 360 by 90, this you get 4. But the number of images are 4 minus 1, that is 3. And here, if you divide 360 by 30, you get this as 12. Okay, but the number of images which are formed will be 11. Okay, now here they are not joined together, the mirror, clearly, but there should be 11 images. This I had clicked pictures when I had been to Nehru Science
Yes,
Center.
I've seen it over there.
Yeah,
I've been
yes.
there.
so
Okay,
the places where we can see the ring a little bit also we consider that now. So like in
yeah,
the
you can consider. It depends because I had clicked it from an angle. Now, students, what will happen if those two rays are such that you get infinite images? Is it possible?
Yes, so probably if you keep it at like an angle of 1 degree or 0 degrees. Not 0, but like 1.
Okay,
Because it won't
so
be infinite.
if you have something like this,
Oh yeah,
so
then it will
yeah,
be.
so you have two mirrors which are parallel to each other, and you get infinite number of rays. Are you following that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I want you to do is on your notebook paper, okay, this is your notebook paper, the whole length, you have to draw 2 lines, okay, like the complete length. So you can leave like 3 centimeters or so space. So it's like your notebook, and you draw 2 lines like this.
In the
In
center.
the middle.
Yeah. So this is a mirror X. This is a mirror Y. And for our convenience, we are going to consider an object to be placed at this point. So this is A. Okay, let me know once you have done drawing that part.
B, that's A is the image for X, so A is the object for X. So A1 will be the image formed by X, and then
Yeah. That we can do it. So like here, I have taken A as an object, which was 3 blocks from Y. So the image is formed 3 blocks inside Y. Now A1, which acts like an object for mirror X, which is 7 blocks from it. So the
Yes,
image will also be formed 7 blocks. Now, if you start by drawing A1 here, then A2 will be over there. So that's your choice. Okay. Now we have done this much. So again, how far is this now? This is 7 and 4. That will be 11. So here it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So here will be A3. Now, of course, I have this liberty that I can extend on a screen. You will not have it on your notebook. So when you draw it for an exam, at least 3 images are required. So you can then learn the the dimensions, or you can do it like this on a horizontal paper. Is that clear to you? Okay. Now, quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain you how to draw the rays now.
So when we draw it for the exam, so do we have to
Yeah.
make the distance accurate? So like one block has to be 1 centimeter or
Yeah.
something.
It will give your diagram a proper look. Okay. If you have spaced it out properly. Now, see, I have asked you to draw the this thing till the whole length of your paper, everyone. So these 2 rays should be closer to the book, closer to the base. Okay, please do that. And then I will tell you what happens after that.
Just a second.
Okay.
So did we have to make this horizontal line in the middle, sir, and mark A, and also in the middle of the page?
No, as I told you, you have a horizontal line in your notebook, so you can
Yes,
use
sir.
that. Yeah.
No, sir. So like I
So
have
what
marked
angles are those
A.
lines? Could you?
So
What are you saying?
like I marked this at the bottom of the page.
Yeah. So as long you have a reference horizontal line, whether it is a printed one or you have drawn it, that's okay.
No, sir. So I'm not saying that. I'm asking. So do we need to leave space for any reflections which are going to come down?
No, nothing is going to come down.
So we have to draw these lines freehand, or what are the angles?
No, of course, with scale. Everything is with scale.
No. Freehand meaning, sir, do we need to make it with a particular angle?
No, any angle, but they have to be closer to the base because we will be using up the above space. This space will be used.
So can you stop share and start sharing again, because suddenly it just shows that you're sharing the screen, but I cannot see the screen.
Okay, can you see it now?
No, sir, I cannot see. That is the problem.
Okay, you can leave and join again quickly.
Okay, sir.
So the distance between the lines will automatically increase and will increase.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone clear with this part?
Yes, sir.
Now, see this is important. Now what we will do is we draw the rays starting from A2. Okay, we will draw the rays starting from A2. Now this diagram will come for like 3 marks or 4 marks in the exam. So therefore you all need to practice it.
So it should touch the A1 line made the higher, right?
Yeah,
Made higher one.
wherever the rays which have come from A1, it has to be there only. Okay. See, whenever you're drawing a line, you need 2 reference points. And which are the 2 reference points over here? The point where the lines are touching, like these points and this point. These are the 2 references.
So for
So
A1
is it
also
okay
we
if
do
it's going
that.
very high? The A2
So
line.
that's why I told you that this initial 2 rays that you drew should be closer to the base.
So over there also, so like where the A1, so the A line ends on the Y mirror.
Yeah.
So over there, the A1 line has to touch that and go ahead.
Yeah, here. It has to be passing through because see the ray is hitting and reflecting like this, no?
And so do we need to even make some dotted lines beyond the mirror Y?
You're talking
for
about
A2.
these lines?
Yes, sir. So do we have to make these dotted lines even beyond the mirror Y, so for A2?
Beyond the mirror, Y as in this
So can
one?
I annotate?
No, sir.
Yeah. You mean to say here?
Yes, sir. So like
No.
over here.
No. They will reflect now. So see, they will reflect from A3 now.
Can I show you how much I've drawn?
Just a minute, let me finish this. So from here, I'm joining like this. So of course they are reflecting. And you can always keep this video on and practice this diagram.
So my A1, so now if I touch it with passing through A, so it's going up, so it's not near the mirror.
Yeah, so that's why you need to.
So I redrew it and it's actually happening now.
Very good. So those who have done, please share it on the WhatsApp so others can also have a look. And now here we just draw it random anywhere like this. That will be a continuation of our array. Like at least 3 are important. Yeah, Devanshi, good.
So it's fine, right?
Yeah. So what you have drawn, please, if you put it on the group.
So, but my A2 cell was not fitting, so I made it a bit.
No, that's okay. Means whatever you have drawn, please share it so I can give my feedback to you.